welcome into the CHGO White Sox pregame show presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Welcome into Studio A here in the CHGO offices in the West Loop of Chicago. Happy Juneteenth and happy Father's Day. I'm Sean Anderson, the host of the CHGO White Sox podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me, as always, is Herb Lawrence.
Hello.
You can follow him on Twitter at Ecknerwall23. Vinny Duber has the day off today, but we will talk to him tomorrow as the White Sox return home against the Toronto Blue Jays on Monday, and they'll face them Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Wednesday, we do have some fun happening out in Lot B. We'll tell you about that a little bit later because the White Sox play a game tonight on ESPN Baseball. It's going to be a fun one. Michael Kopech versus Christian Javier. We've seen Javier last year in Game 3, 2 2/3 innings, struck out 6 White Sox in relief. The White Sox did win that game. That was Game 3 with the Yuri legend hitting a grand slam. But they got a tough matchup tonight.
I think he hit it off of Yimi Garcia, who's up in Toronto now.
It was Garcia on Garcia crime. They couldn't split up the Garcias that night. I mean, what you making of this series so far? Because Friday was a weird game. Yeah. Saturday was a weird game. If this is weird, I mean, it might be 10-9. I
would not rule that out because I always say that when Lucas goes to the bump, I don't worry. But, hell, the performance he had on Friday night in Houston, take out Houston. Any team lately, Lucas has been pretty poor. And so I was very discouraged, and the Astros looked like a different level than the White Sox. Still looked like they were dunking on the White Sox. Like, okay, cool, you guys were tied with us. Awesome home run, A.J. Pollock. Here's 10 in one inning. Bye, we're past you. And then Saturday, if you told me, hey, this Saturday game is going to be 7-0, I was like, that works. That actually was what I was looking for because Justin Verlander is going to throw a shutout. White Sox is going to get battered by the Houston Astros, but no. There was a ace on the mound that day, and it wasn't Justin Verlander. It was our guy, the horse riding man himself, Johnny Cueto.
He's so beautiful.
My Jesus. I don't care. People keep on writing me, and I write in the things like, this is unbelievable what we're getting from Johnny Cueto. Oh, I seen this coming. Look at this tweet I wrote back in the day. No, you didn't. You didn't see this. No, you didn't. No one saw this. This man is filthy, as Sean has said, and I jokingly has said it. This is a Cy Young contender. That man keeps on pitching like this. Hey. Are you kidding me? 3 hits. They give up 3 hits. He pitched 7 innings versus the goddamn Astros in Houston, and he gave up 3 hits. The whole day. 2 by Tuve, 1, I think, by Pregame. No Michael Brantley hit. Can you imagine Michael Brantley not getting a hit off the White Sox?
He got one on Friday.
Ever? Ooh. And Cueto's like, nope. Get your ass to the bench. I'm in control today. Amazing.
Did you notice this? Justin Verlander has a baseball reference WAR of 1.6. Jonathan Cueto, I think that's his name, 1.3. That man's
he came up
something.
Later too.
Yes, he's doing something.
May 27th or something.
Yeah. We talked about this before the game or before the pregame show. 42 2/3 innings so far this year for Johnny Cueto in 7 games pitched. That's about 6 innings a game. He's been fantastic. He's been a workhorse. He's been so fun to watch. And I mean, you talk about surprising. Giolito has been tough, and you see Jesus Shuttlesworth saying Lucas has an 8 ERA in his last 5 starts. And MJ saying Lucas rocking a 5 ERA so far, not loving him so far. I understand that people are concerned. I'm concerned as well, but Lucas Giolito is going to be on this team until September, is my thought. And I am not sure what his issue is. We talked a little bit about this on Thursday. I think it might be having to do with something with the substance ban from last year, the sticky substance, because his spin is just down. It's down about 200 RPM from last year. His fastball spin, that's about what you were getting with Spider Tack. And his velocity for the most part has been down as well. I saw 96 a couple times on Friday. But for the most part, I mean, when you get down 1-0 to Alec Bregman and then you throw a fastball pretty much middle, I mean, yeah, that guy's got to hit a home run. Yeah. He's a good fastball hitter. So, it is surprising to see how he unraveled and how that game unraveled from the White Sox, ending up being 13-3. But as surprising as that was, I mean, 7 runs off Verlander, even if they weren't all unearned. I mean, I wasn't watching that game. I checked Twitter right after the Luis Robert double, and I was like, this has to be some kind of choke that they scored 7 runs in 4
They
innings.
had a game plan. You could see the first couple batters, they were letting the ball travel and letting any ball early that is straight, and they're attacking it. So they're just letting the ball go deep and then hit into right field. And then if it's a fastball, cool, let's attack it early. Jose Abreu hit a double down the line, and then later in the game, Luis Robert did the same. But Luis Robert was not phased by Justin Verlander. Now, Verlander in the 2-2 sequence that he had, I think in the first at bat versus Luis Robert, like the dumb Detroit pitcher, pitched a fastball to Luis Robert as if they don't have a scouting report.
Well, that guy's got a dumb name, too. It's Will Vest.
Yeah. It was just right down the middle, and Luis Roberts like, word? All right, cool. He hit it right to right field and scored a couple runs in there. But, yeah, it was good to see Luis Robert get 4 hits, and they didn't, like, crush Justin Verlander, but they consistently hit him. Like,
Right.
He was, like, shell-shocked, like, what the hell is going on out here? I just watched this team yesterday. They're not this. And the White Sox had a good game plan, and somebody pointed out on Twitter, it's like, I've seen this twice this year, where they had that good game plan versus the Cy Young Award winner from last year, Robbie Ray, and now versus Justin Verlander, who was the front runner, if you could say, maybe Gausman, maybe Alek Manoah up there, but a guy who's having a great year, and the White Sox like, who? Justin Verlander, this is some trash.
Well, and I think it was, what was it? Now I'm blanking. But even Gausman, too. I mean, they had a great game against Gausman up in Toronto. So, I mean, so far, like, it's the prime guys they've been all right against. They were a little iffy against Bieber. But outside of that, I mean, they haven't been blown away by some of these top names. It's just like Brady Singer striking out 8. But, yeah, I mean, Justin Verlander, that was the second most hits he's given up in a start this year. That's the second most earned runs he's given up, most runs he's given up. He's least amount of strikeouts he had in a game, and he gave up no walks. I don't think the White Sox were really looking for walks. But 3 2/3 innings to knock that guy out, that was real damn good from the White Sox. So surprising all around. My favorite, though, still has to be Johnny Cueto, because this man, I mean, this is my favorite cast-off free agent, White Sox you never believed were a White Sox before. Manny Ramirez, Ken Griffey Jr., Johnny Cueto. But this one's working out, and he's been fantastic to see. MJ mentioning, you guys see all the weird PR game pre-stuff with Jose and TLR, how much the guys love the clubhouse. So Daryl was tweeting out some quotes. We could probably catch some people up on some of the news that is happening. So in Friday's game, Yoan Moncada stepped on first base, running to first base, injured his hamstring. Haven't heard that game or that scenario happen before. But he is unavailable tonight, but they will reassess him on Monday. Tony said he's getting better, and we figured if by yesterday he got better, and today, by the time we got home tomorrow, we give him a good exam. We don't want to put him away for 10 days if he's going to heal sooner. So again, kind of the White Sox playing that tricky game of, is he injured or not?
And it's irritating because then you don't have a roster spot, and you have a shorter amount of people out there. Now, they called Adam Hazley up, and we're probably going to get to that soon. So they have more of a complete outfield, and so Larry can concentrate on just doing infield stuff if they need him. But you just have a roster spot just taken up by a person that's not going to play today at all. So, like, it's infuriating because then you see people go back on the IL like 3 days later, as retroactively to that day where you could have used those people from minor leagues. I don't know who they can call up, but somebody with a live body that can maybe pinch hit, maybe do a defensive replacement at the end of the game. But it's their method, and it doesn't work because they keep on getting hurt, and then they need a player to step in, and it's always, okay, we're short. Now we got to use our designated hitter to go in the field and lose that spot because we're short on players. So, yeah, I'm just not a fan of their strategy. They've been doing it all year long. I'm not a fan of that.
One guy, too, we got to keep an eye out for is Liam Hendriks. He's still targeting July 1st for a return, says Daryl. He will play catch tomorrow, which is an important test, he said. So we'll see if Liam Hendriks is still available to pitch or will be available to pitch in 3 weeks with a flexor strain, I think is what they're calling it, but he's dealing with some UCL issues, but it's been torn since 2008 or something like that. So just nuts stuff going on with Liam Hendriks. And then the good news for the CHGO tailgate on Wednesday, and good news for the Chicago White Sox, Tony La Russa said Tim Anderson is leading off tomorrow and will be better because he's there. So likely the move will be Davis Martin being sent down, Tim Anderson being called up, as rosters need to be 13 pitchers and 13 hitters. Thankfully, the White Sox have a great hitter coming off the IL and ready to join the team tomorrow.
That's awesome to see. I was going to wear my TA Stick Talk shirt today, but I remember he's going to come back tomorrow. So I'll wear tomorrow's pregame show and also see my guy, pegs. Are those legs?
I think so.
Okay. That's an old school Wayne. Nice pegs. Your gams look great, Herb.
Yarr.
I appreciate it, Wayne. And happy Father's Day if you are, and everybody out there at CHGO who's watching this show. But, yeah, if Timmy comes back tomorrow, our Wednesday pregame tailgate, we're going to have an enjoyable time. Then we go into the game and watch them beat KPW, and I see KPW in the comments, too. You got to come on down. If it's too far for you, KPW, come on, drive. Come on.
Gas ain't that cheap.
No, it isn't. It's awesome. It's like, what, $3 in Canada? Everybody keep on telling me it's Biden's fault, so Canada must have, like, cheap-ass gas up there. So bring your ass over here, KPW.
Bring some gas, too.
Having my man Tim Anderson back into an offense that's been running on all cylinders right now is a good thing. Having all these players like Danny Mendick in his stead has been doing well. A.J. Pollock, Andrew Vaughn, Jose Abreu, and we've had that consistent enough lineup, switching AJ for Danny Mendick a couple times, but otherwise the top four has stayed pretty solid. Same thing with Luis Robert, who I think is on a 9-game hitting streak now.
Yeah, it's so weird with him because it's just never, sometimes it was pretty, sometimes like that double against Verlander was real pretty for Luis Robert, but I mean, that guy just swings so much. It's just, he's going to have some real bad, ugly routes or ugly stretches, and he's going to have some real nice stretches. And yesterday was a fantastic game for Robert. And talking to about Abreu, MJ brought up the fact that the PR stuff before the game, Jose Abreu expressed strong support for Tony La Russa. He's the best manager as a person, as a leader. He's all that you can ask for. I'm glad he's our manager. Abreu said it's easy from the outside to blame the manager, but they don't know how we are in the clubhouse. I mean, we know.
Yeah.
Vinny gives us reports and says, hey, the clubhouse is good.
Yeah. And I said to you a couple of days ago that in my years of being a guy who was a producer / guy who used to go into the clubhouses and hearing all the whispers before a manager or somebody got fired, it hasn't happened here. There's been no leaks. There's been no unnamed sources say Tony's this and that from this player or that player or this front office person. So I believe him there. Now, it is PR. There is no doubt about it. What else is he going to say? This Tony ain't shit. Put that on tape. Man, he ain't shit. I hate him. Yeah, he's definitely going to say 100%, I love Tony. Same thing Tim's going to say. Same thing everybody who gets interviewed and asked on camera is going to say. But like I said, there's been no leaks. Vinny hasn't heard it. And usually by this time, one of us would hear it. I would talk to my people who were back in the scores like, do you guys hear anything? Nothing. So the clubhouse is unified with Tony as their leader. Now, there might be some dissension in the ranks, but no one's actually speaking to a reporter or anybody who would get that news out.
Yeah, and, we don't love Tony. Connor's saying, see, now you guys love Tony. Yeah, we don't love Tony.
You know what I love? Spicy Dorito Cool Ranch tacos.
You see, he gave him a B+.
B+? I don't know how that could not be better than B+. That sounds delicious.
I haven't tried the Cool Ranch one, but the Doritos Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch.
Is that a taco or is that just a chip? Because if they don't do that for the Taco Bell taco,
I think that's
lost.
That just sounds like a Dorito. It
okay,
just sounds
a
like
regular
hot
Dorito?
Cool Ranches. I don't know. Anyways, let's look at the starting lineup today because my guy Adam Hazley's up here, and there you go. Look at Steven putting the bat where it deserves to be. That's what he's been doing down in AAA.
You don't have too many Adam Hazley photos online.
Oh, here golfing.
It looks great, yeah. And hey, that's what he's gonna be doing today. Just putting the barrel in the bat. Leading on for the White Sox, Danny Mendick playing shortstop. That'll be the last time we hopefully say that this year. Batting second, Andrew Vaughn playing DH. Batting third, Luis Robert playing center field. Batting fourth, Jose Abreu playing first base. Batting fifth, In left field, A.J. Pollock. Batting 6th, Jake Berger playing third base. Batting 7th, Reese McGuire playing catcher. Batting 8th, Josh Harrison playing second base. And batting 9th, you see where he is, Adam Hazley out in right field. Good to see Jake Berger back. When we were doing these shows last week, he was still injured, wasn't playing in the Detroit series, but he's back in the lineup against Houston.
It is good to see. And it's good to see my guy Christopher Dickens in here talking about Taco Bell.
Whoa.
Him and Vinny don't like Taco
What's up,
Bell.
Dickens?
Yeah, our guy Vinny Duber, who's off tonight, he's not a Taco Bell guy.
Taco Bell is bad.
I mean, he was slandering Taco Bell.
Steven hates Taco Bell, too. Guys, you never go to Taco Bell and get a Crunchwrap Supreme?
Thank
It's
you.
the one thing that I think
Delicious.
is decent there, but I won't go out of my way for it.
That's the one thing that is decent there. So you go and get a Crunchwrap Supreme, you go and get Cinnamon Twist, and you get a bucket or the biggest tub of Baja Blast that you can get. And then you have a good night.
Baja Blast is good as well.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean, what do you guys looking for fine dining? Go look at Chris Dickens. You know,
Yeah,
go to Chef Dickens.
And
Happy Father's Day, Chris
I've been to his restaurant out in Wheaton. It's called Ivy.
I gotta go.
Great. Perfect. It's
Yeah.
awesome. So
Oh.
definitely check out Ivy out there in Wheaton. But having Jake Berger back in the lineup is a good thing. I mean, good and bad, because that means that, if he's playing third base, that means Yoan Moncada's back on the IL, which he should be, which he's not, because we all saw he had a hamstring and tried to go back out there and play for an inning, and then came his punk ass right back out because he was hurt. I don't know, why we're trying to hide this. It's fine if it's not fine, but it's natural that Yoan Moncada's on the IL. He gets hurt a lot. It's not his fault necessarily. It's somebody's fault. The White Sox keep on having the same injury over and over to the same players. But Jake Berger being back in the lineup is a good, nice replacement level player. His defense is a little struggling, but his offense, it plays.
Yeah, and most of the time, whenever he messes up on defense, he comes back in what feels like the next frame of the inning. If he makes a mistake in the top of the inning, in the bottom of the inning, he comes back and homers. It feels like he really takes it to heart whenever he screws up. So, I'm fine seeing Jake Berger play defense. It's just, the Josh Harrisons, who, before this week or last week was coming in with a below 200 batting average. It's some of the guys that just are really, really struggling at the plate that are more frustrating. Because too, Jake Berger is not. He was kind of rushed up to this point. You know, he wasn't really ready. He kind of jumped a couple leagues. He was injured, and he just kind of hit his way onto this roster. I don't think his defense was ever there just yet. But yeah, he's made the most of his opportunities. Adam Hazley, though, I'm excited to see him. He's been mashing the ball down in Charlotte, and it's probably the reason why they gave him a look. In June, he's hitting 315, 371, and 519 down in Charlotte. Adam Hazley, the guy that the SB Nation Phillies blog wrote up, it seemed at points he forgot how to play baseball in 2021. This guy, I'm excited. He's batting ninth. Who else is going to get this? Adam Engel. Adam Engel really has been struggling this year at the plate. I'm excited. If Hazley comes up and starts hitting and he performs like Danny Mendick, we're going to have a lot of fun hitters in this lineup. So, I think Hazley might be able to possibly earn a shot. MJ saying Hazley can weirdly come up and kill it. Why the hell not? This weird season's going. Absolutely. And, if he shows that he can play decent defense, the Sox are going to turn their nose at those.
I don't think he's long for this team because eventually Eloy's coming back. So he'll probably get a cup of coffee, get more opportunities than not. Be the guy instead of Gavin Sheets getting those spots who's now in minor leagues. It'll be Adam Hazley because he happens to hit from the left side of the plate. So Tony, of course, is going to be in love with him. So, yeah, come up here and do work. He was up here earlier in the year, and I was like, another Phillies prospect that has fizzled out. I joked that next year the White Sox are going to sign Mickey Moniak after they DFA him. But, yeah, doing well down there in AAA. And we saw this last year where a player was here at the major league level, wasn't ready necessarily, went back down to AAA and got his stuff together, and that was Gavin Sheets. So if he can be like Gavin Sheets was last year, I don't think he'll bring the power bat as Gavin Sheets brought last year, but he can bring some average and on base. At the 9 spot, there's no pressure there either. And knowing that Eloy's going to eventually come back, right, he should have no pressure of I need to go out there and do X, Y, and Z because, speaking of, I need to go out there and do that because I will make this team better if I'm on it. But he knows, okay, cool. We're going to have Eloy Jimenez here. Right. Then we're going to have Luis Robert here, and A.J. Pollock is not moving. They already got Adam Engel here. I'm probably odd man out here. So just go out and do your thing, brother.
Right, and hey, I mean, I haven't been in love with what Engel's done this year. He's robbed a couple homers, he's played good defense, but the bat hasn't been there yet. So, and if they get another lefty bat, I think Tony would like that. We'll see. And Gavin's hitting well down in AAA, which is good to see. But I mean, he's been hitting well down in AAA for most of his life. Jesus mentioning Hazley hasn't shown a ton of power, but 8 homers in AAA was pretty surprising to me. So, you know what? I'm excited. I've been seeing a lot of Hazley, Charlotte clips, so I'm excited to see what he can do up at the big club. Let's look at the Astros lineup and let's see who's leading off for them. Jose Altuve will be leading off for them, playing second base. Batting second, Michael Brantley playing left field. Batting third, Alex Bregman playing third base. Batting fourth, Kyle Tucker in right field. Batting fifth, Yuli Gurriel playing first base. Batting sixth, J.J. Matijevic playing designated hitter. Seventh, Chas McCormick playing center field. Batting eighth, Jason Castro at catcher, and batting ninth, Mauricio Dubon playing shortstop. When did they get rid of Dubon? Wasn't he like a top prospect for the Giants?
Yeah.
When did they get rid of him?
I don't know. Maybe last year. I didn't really see him this year on the Giants, but that top 5.
He's 27? What?
Altuve, Brantley, Bregman, Tucker, and Gurriel, tough. That's why it's so impressive what Johnny Cueto did. Those people went through them like hot knife through butter. I don't know what Matevich, what did I say his name again? Matevich?
Yeah, Matijevic.
And I see McCormick and Castro and Dubon play, so I'm not too impressed with 6 through 9. But that top 5 is tough, real tough, especially Tuve at the top with a bunch of home runs. He's doing well for himself. I loved that error he made yesterday to open up the gates more for the White Sox. Keep on doing it, Tuve.
Yeah, and it just really pains me seeing Michael Brantley in left field for them. What could have been, it was Adam Eaton, could have been Jock Peterson, could have been Michael Brantley, but we got, good old Adam Eaton instead for the second time.
And it wasn't like, hey, we're the last dudes at the bar. We need to go home with somebody. February, we're about to report to training camp. No, it was December. They're like, oh, you're rejecting us, Jock Peterson? Cool. Michael, no, we got to get Adam Eaton real quick. Come on, Adam Eaton. No, that's what was so disappointing. First, it was Adam Eaton. Secondly, that they jumped the market for Adam Eaton. But Michael Brantley, every time I see him hit, he's doing something well offensively. It would have been perfect for a left or right field for the White Sox. A guy who's just a quiet, confident leader. Everybody follows Michael Brantley's lead. Oh, God. I would still want him after the Astros don't want him, because guess what he's going to do? He's going to hit a lot, no matter what.
Even as like a 7, 8, 9 hitter, I mean, he'll get on base like, 35% of the time. That guy's just a smooth hitter. And that homer he hit, too, so painful. He killed that ball. Matijevic, J.J. Matijevic.
Like Manischewitz, but Manischewitz.
Yes. Let's look at the starting pitchers here, because Wayne's saying if Kopech is on, we win, which I will have to agree with him. In 51 and 2/3 innings, 1.92 ERA for Kopech, 24 hits allowed, 51 strikeouts, 24 walks, and an ERA plus of 2.04. Just a reminder, the MLB average is 100, so 2.04 in my notes. That says that's good. That's good. Good ERA plus Michael Kopech. Christian Javier is the pitcher for the Astros. 50 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 3.20 ERA, 40 hits allowed, 63 strikeouts, 19 walks, and a 1.18 ERA plus. I'm surprised to see his ERA plus that low, 63 strikeouts. That's a lot of outs getting out by yourself. But Javier, we last saw him in Game 3, 2 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts. The batters that faced him in that Game 3 were Yohan Moncada, who won't play, Gavin Sheets, who won't play, Leury Garcia, who won't play, Cesar Hernandez, who walked and won't play, Tim Anderson, who struck out and won't play, Luis Robert, and that's it. So the only player that has seen him in this lineup is Luis Robert, and Josh Harrison had a bat at him against him before. So only 2 guys have seen Christian Javier in this White Sox lineup.
Yeah, and that's kind of good and kind of bad, because he is a right-handed pitcher with a slider. You said that same thing about that Justin Verlander guy, but, didn't work out too well for him. This guy is, I'm looking at his baseball savant pitcher, see all the numbers over there in the red. He's good, really good. He's going to throw about a 95, 96 mile per hour fastball, pair that with a slider changeup. guy is filthy. The White Sox need to have that same approach they had versus Justin Verlander. Similar type pitchers, but this guy can bring it a little bit more consistently than Justin Verlander has. In yesterday's game especially, I don't know what happened. Was he just thinking that the White Sox are just some bums?
I have no idea.
And they just took it to him. So we can do the same to Javier. I do not bank on it. I think Javier is going to have a good game for the Astros. Just scratch a couple. I think Michael Kopech has something for Houston's ass, too.
I didn't send these to Steven, but if you can see, I mean, you see that red dot there where he locates his fastball?
That's not good.
No, that's not good. You see an interesting movement tier 2 with the slider and curveball.
It's above middle, but at 95 miles per hour.
Well, his slider's pretty slow. It's a below league average. It's around 79.
Yeah.
So I think that really, I remember him pitching last year. It's kind of a 3/4 delivery, or it's kind of somewhat sidearmed. And it's just very
extra.
It's
bad.
very angular. The sweep on his curve and slider.
More horizontal than vertical.
Yes, and it's going to be sliders at the top of the zone and curveballs low. I think the White Sox might be able to hit it. Mailman Check saying I'd like to see some long ones today. #Dong Show. Sliders up in the zone, curveballs up in the zone. I mean, maybe the White Sox can get a hold of it. I was going to originally pick Jose Abreu for our click to pick.
I mean, you did.
I did, but I changed it. But I do think that that's a guy, especially with this bat plane and this bat path. I think that he could have a good day against Javier. But outside of that, I don't know. I don't really like the White Sox's chance. I'm not sure.
I mean, the thing with Michael Kopech is whenever he just pitches the ball over the plate, he's pretty good. Mm-hmm. But sometimes he just runs into trouble locating pitches, the plate, etc. So I don't know, being back home, being back in the state of Texas, extra pressure of the light of Sunday Night Baseball, but he went to New York, shut out the Yankees, and that Yankees lineup is a little bit better than this Houston Astros lineup. But we'll see what we get from Michael Kopech, because we had a good start last time, and then the start before that in Toronto was not that good. Hopefully his knee is drained. He's not having discomfort from that, and he can just go out and do his thing versus the Houston Astros. I'm looking for 6 innings, less than 3 earned runs from Michael Kopech. That's the thing that you have to learn from Johnny Cueto. More, better economy of pitches. And that's what Michael Kopech and Dylan Cease should just pull up a chair during Johnny Cueto's play when he starts. And just like, wow, okay, he doesn't need to strike everybody out. 5 strikeouts, but he doesn't walk everybody. He lets people just hit the ball. Pop the ball up. Right. Do your thing. Michael Kopech has better stuff than Johnny Cueto, but you need to learn how to use that stuff in a more effective way so you can get deeper into games like the 7th inning that Johnny Cueto did yesterday.
And to that fastball, we've seen a lot of teams just can't hit that Michael Kopech fastball, and that's why on PointsBet, I just placed a bet on Michael Kopech's over 4.5 strikeouts. It's at plus 100. Mailman Jacks, it's at plus 100. You get plus money at 4.5, over 4.5 strikeouts. But in Luis Robert, going to hit that train, says Mailman Jack. So if you are looking to bet on this game, put some money where your mouth is. The best way to support CHGO is to download the PointsBet app right now and use code CHGO when you sign up. If you do that right now, you get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But that's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from CHGO Locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free t-shirt from the CHGO Locker, all for making more than a $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. If you have any questions, you can email pointsbet@allchgo.com, and we will help you out. And PointsBet's your home for live in-play betting, and it just got even better. Now, this is a new read, so this is my first time rereading this read. See an edge in the game you are watching. Is your favorite team primed for a comeback? Don't just watch the game. Bet along with it live. More live betting, more live markets, and faster live cash outs. See why consumers say PointsBet has been the fastest with their live bets, and you can follow along with your bets the moment they hit and stay in the live action all game long. I really do love the live feature of PointsBet. It is very quick. Once Michael Kopech is taken out of the game and he has over 5 strikeouts, I will get money right away. So download the PointsBet app right now and use promo code CHGO. You can download the PointsBet app right now and register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. So what are you waiting for? This is the new read. So what are you waiting for? It's time to elevate your live betting game. Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services. All right, Herb, time to pick.
Andrew Vaughn. I look at this White Sox tweet they just put out there. He's 11 for 19 in his last 4 games, which is a .579 batting average, and batting .406, on base .455, slugging .522 over his last 16 games. So I'm going with Andrew Vaughn today.
What's your final score?
Oh, my final score, I'm going to go with the White Sox win 4-2. Michael Kopech gets into the 6th inning, leaves a little bit in the bullpen, including Kendall Graveman, shuts down the Astros for a victory.
You heard it here, folks. And shout out to Michael, number 1, Sean Anderson, staying checking in. Follow him on Twitter at DuckCentral. I'm going to go with Adam Hazley as my click to pick. Say
that
Jose
is now
Abreu
with
there?
the graphics.
I don't care. I don't care.
You and
Adam
Josh.
Hazley.
You and Josh, lockstep.
I will say that Jose Abreu will probably hit a home run. Adam Hazley might hit 4.
Stop it.
Just saying. You know what?
He has 5 in the last 30 days.
He has 5 in the last 30 days.
He's going to almost equal that just today at the
he
major
has
league level.
7 since May and June. He's incredible. He's a power machine. So yeah, I'll go White Sox winning. You said 4-2. I like 4-2. All right, so we'll go 4-2 White Sox. Adam Hazley clicking, he'll hit a home run. Jose Abreu clicking, hit a home run. And Red Tornado's got a parlay. Kopech 4+ Ks, Vaughn hit, Javier 3+ Ks and 3+ hits. So we'll see who gets that money. Who's cashing that money, and make sure too that you check out the CHGO tailgate on June 22nd. 11:30 a.m. will be in Lot B.
It's Wednesday.
$25 is the game ticket, and you get access to our tailgate. You can go to allchgo.com and go to our Eventbrite page. There's an Eventbrite URL where you can buy tickets there. Again, $25 will get you in on June 22nd, 11:30 a.m. in the Lot B of Guaranteed Rate Field. So it should be fun.
Speaking of fathers, and congratulations to Jake Berger and his fiance.
Oh, there you go.
They're going to expecting a boy. I saw them a little video at Guaranteed Rate hitting a baseball and the thing turning blue.
Blue.
Good job, Jake.
Absolutely.
And a happy Father's Day to you out there, including my man, Mailman Jack.
Right. Shout out to all you fathers out there. Hope you had a good day. Hopefully a White Sox win can brighten it even more. We'll see what the Sox can do down in Houston. It's Michael Kopech versus Christian Javier. The White Sox trying to get back up to 500. They're 31-21, or 31-32. Let's see if they can get back up to 500. We will have the post-game recap for you live here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed and giving us notifications so you're sent, you're notified when we go live. We'll be live after the last out. So after the last out of the White Sox and Astros games, we'll be here for the CHGO White Sox post-game show. That's Herb Lawrence. You can follow him on Twitter at Ecknerwall23. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. We appreciate all you guys hanging out. Again, happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth. Appreciate you guys. Have a good day, and we'll talk to you after the White Sox win in Houston. Go White Sox.